Sup YouTubers, your girl Survivor here. And so the last two videos that I made, I found it a really interesting topic, and I like doing research, and when I do, I'll watch, read and watch multiple things, and I take notes. I write it, everything down, and learn and learn and learn. So I'm learning too here. I don't know if anybody else is learning or if they're even watching the videos all the way through. But I find this to be really fascinating. I might not have made another video, but I ended up seeing two things that were nauseating. And not directed towards me, but this is serious. And the reason I guess why I'm making these videos is because if you are watching them and you are interested in this, I've been doing research of the psychology of the trolling, the common internet trolling, the, cyberbullying and its links with sadism. They call it a dark triad. And the funny thing is there's a person who, and I'll get to this, it's very interesting, the different, how it's all intertwined, everything, but how some doesn't have these particular traits as the other. And it's just a matter of those traits being combined that can make someone into, But I'll tell you what, when I get to the end of this video, there's usually when I make these researching videos on a topic, I end up finding something out that's so disturbing, it makes me feel like I want to actually have a physical reaction, like throw up. And that's what happens here. Okay? Because, we think to ourselves, well, where did these people come from? How did they get that way? Okay? And what are we in for in the future is the worst part. So, I'm going to go back to, let's say, I want to get to where I was before about how serious it is and how people don't, the laws aren't there, and they're not, because in my research, I see that, it goes back, 11 years ago, 8 years ago, and then, I've come across channels of people talking about having it done to them, and they're just a small channel, and then all of a sudden, maybe there's nothing more, and I get worried about them, because I know people do suicide troll, and that's very interesting when we get to that. So, we've got, the funny thing is that when you say sadism, okay, you've got two different types. So, you've got direct sadism, and they derive pleasure. The reason why I'm doing this is because, what I saw was, now, I saw this video, and I said, oh my God, how can she, be having support for this? This clearly shows insanity. And, it didn't even make sense. It was just so, and the speed of the typing skills is faster than I've ever seen anyone type like that. And we all know that. So what I'm saying is this, I couldn't understand how, sane people, maybe, you would be able to sit there and make comments and be, intrigued by it and jumping on it. But this is why. Two different types of sadism. Direct sadism, and that's the person that derives pleasure from being the one who, inflicts the torture, let's say, directly. Okay? A vicarious sadist likes to watch. So that explained it. So you've got you know, that's how they can get their people in there. They don't want to do it themselves, but they'll watch. Now, remind you that the internet has provided the anonymity for these people to do this. They say a lot of it, like for the person who is the actual direct sadist, has to do with sleep. Yes, I know, I'm a night person. I sleep during the day, but a person like that can never mentally relax because they feel like they're always, almost like if, they can't trust anyone. Maybe it's like a deep-rooted trauma that happened when they were a kid, and if they give their mind any time to think about that, they'll self-destruct. So their mind never gets any rest because they don't really fully trust anyone to rule the world, to be everywhere. And you'll notice there is a person that I could use as an example, but I won't, but they're everywhere. They'll come into the room when something went down. You know what I'm saying. And they, because of that, they never get any, peace. It's hard for these people to get any kind of help, quite frankly. The person, would the main, I guess, suggestion would be for them people would be to find a safe place and maybe somewhere, meditate, 20 minutes even if it's just, meditate. Because it's the feeling of whatever is, how you've disassociated yourself. That is from probably some deep-seated trauma that you needed to disassociate yourself in order to deal with it. And then you became antisocial, untrustworthy of society, and then the internet came along and gave those people anonymity, and then so it's a vicious cycle. In a way, you kind of feel sorry for the person with the dissociative imaginative disorder, DID they call it, because they're surviving something traumatic. But if they carry a psychopathic, psychopathic. I just feel like that's not it. Psychopathy. That's what it is. Psychopathy or something. It's not psychopathic. It's like, it means that, that gives them a feeling of no remorse for their actions. So that's where it becomes dangerous. You can have someone who suffered trauma, but they have both cognitive and, and affect empathy. There's two different. Affect empathy means they can share sympathy, because they can share emotional memories and things like that with someone. Cognitive empathy means that you can understand somebody's feelings. My dog, oh my God. Understand somebody's feelings about particular, things that hurt people. So, how long has this video been so far? Because I don't want to go too long. It's so interesting, to me anyway, and if you want to hear where it becomes very dangerous and how someone can be so sadistic, please tune into my next video. I hope you like these. I really do, because I've enjoyed researching, except what I'm going to tell you at the end of the next video.